Gun dealers around this country struggle with people coming in and selling them stolen guns. It's been a problem really as long as gun dealers have been around. I've never met a gun dealer who didn't lose money on stolen guns, because if you're a gun dealer and somebody comes in to sell you a gun, there's some questions you can ask them about the gun that might lead you to believe that it might be stolen. But other than that, you just don't know. And if it happens to be stolen, and the FBI or the police or the owner come in and find it, you have to give it back. And you just lost all that money. Nobody pays you for the money you spent on that gun. And this is a major problem. And really, again, I've never met a gun dealer that hasn't been dealing with this problem. But now the FBI are giving full access to stolen gun records to the FFLs. What's this look like? Now, before we get into it, I do want to take a moment and thank those of you who are supporting this channel through Patreon. Being a gun channel definitely has its limitations on YouTube as far as how far you can reach. And being a spiritual channel, including God, also has limitations on how far you can reach. You put those two things together and then you start throwing in family values as well. You're kind of blacklisted, so to say. So those of you who are supporting this channel through Patreon, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because what it allows me to do is just freely put out that content, not worry about what the algorithm of YouTube thinks, not worry about, what they think about guns, or not worry about what they think about God, but actually just share what needs to be shared. And those of you who support this channel through Patreon, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because there's many things that I'm able to share on this channel simply because you support this channel. If you feel called to support this channel through Patreon, that link is below. All right, now what are we getting at here? Well, apparently the FBI has a database that includes any stolen guns. So if you have if somebody breaks into your house or breaks into your car and steals your guns, and by the way, if somebody's breaking in your car and stealing your guns, you're a fool. Don't leave your guns in your car unsecured, but different story. But if your guns do get stolen and you're reported, it's going to go into a database with the FBI. And for the longest time, the law enforcement was the only ones that had access to that. Well, now the FBI is giving FFLs access to the stolen gun records and that database. So, ultimately, and surprisingly, not many FFLs are using this so far, because it's only been out there for about a month so far, but I'd be using it every time somebody came in to sell a gun, unless it was somebody I knew personally. But ultimately, they could just log into the FBI system, put in a serial number, and it's going to let them know if it's stolen or not. I think this is great. I love the idea of this. It seems weird that it was really kind of secret information anyway, because, the FFLs are the first line of people trying to make money off these stolen items. Pawn shops, for example, they buy jewelry, they buy guns, but anything coming, tools, all sorts of stuff, but they come in there and people are selling them stolen items. And then when you deal with an FFL, it's just guns only. So people coming in there selling them stolen guns, it allows them just to simply log in and just punch in a serial number and is this stolen or not? But there you go, man. If you are an FFL and you've been using this system, I'd be very curious how friendly it is, so to say. How easy is it to use this system? Are you really in there? Are they really giving you access, or are they just saying they're giving you access? Because I'm just basing it off of some news reports that I saw. I haven't actually had the experience. I'm not an FFL. So if you are an FFL and you've used this system, definitely put it in the comments below. I'd be very curious kind of how this is all going to play out. But there you go. In the end, FBI giving FFLs access to stolen gun records. It's about time. Any thoughts or insight, definitely put that below. Again, if you have used this system, definitely put the comments below. I'm very curious. And again, if you feel called to support this channel to Patreon, that link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests. So please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.